Hello everyone, this is Bhumika Parekh from Leal Public School. We are back with the second part of GK for class 6. Today we are going to take chapter 3, 4 and 5. So the third chapter is Paschim Bongo. Bongo is the word which is used for Bengal, okay? And Paschim means west. So we are basically talking about West Bengal. West Bengal is a state in the eastern region of India. Okay, it is in the eastern region of India. It is bordered by the Indian states Orissa, Jharkhand, Bihar, Sikkim, and Assam. Okay, the very first thing which might come to your brain mind is that if it is in the eastern region of India, why is it called West Bengal? The reason very clear for this is that when India was not parted, when the partition of India was not done at that time, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh were one country. Okay, so Bangladesh was something which came out very later in the time. So at that time, Bangladesh was also Bengal. So it was divided into two parts, East Bengal and West Bengal. So East Bengal became Bangladesh, and West Bengal is that state which we have in our country. So despite being it in the eastern side, it is known as the West Bengal. So we are going to study about some things which are in this chapter. In this state, we are going to read about their specialities, and then we are going to see how the workplace looks like. The first one is it is the capital of the Indian state of West Bengal. It is located in the east bank of Hooghly River. Very important point that it is in the on the banks of Hooghly River. It served as the capital of India until 1911. This particular city was the capital of India till 1911. The city was a center of Indian independence movement. It is also known as the cultural capital of India. इसको आज भी कल्चरल कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया कहा जाता है. दिस वाज द कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया टिल 1911, way before we got independence. And the city was also a center of Indian independence movement. जब इंडिया was fighting for its independence, जब इंडिया जो है वो अपने इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए लड़ रहा था, at that very particular time, this was a center of Indian independence movement. So what is the capital of West Bengal? It is Kolkata. Okay, it was Calcutta at some point of time, then later it was renamed to Kolkata. Second one is it is a UNESCO heritage site. It covers parts of Bangladesh and the Indian state of West Bengal. This region is densely covered with by the world's largest mangrove forest and is one of the largest reserves for Bengal tigers. Okay, this is one of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay, that is a very big thing. It covers parts of Bengal as well as the it covers the part of Bangladesh as well as the Indian state of West Bengal. It is densely covered with mangrove forest and one of the largest reserve of Bengal tigers. UNESCO is a part of United Nations. Okay? UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. ठीक है, तो जो भी जगह जो है वो कल्चरली, साइंटिफिकली या एजुकेशनली बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, उनको जो है वो यहाँ पर पॉइंट आउट किया जाता है, या उनको यहाँ पे जो है वो इम्पोर्टेंस दी जाती है. ठीक है, इट हैज मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट. ठीक है, मैंग्रोव फॉरेस्ट आर बेसिकली अ फॉरेस्ट विच हैज ट्रीज एज वेल एज shrubs. ठीक है, इट हैज trees as well as shrubs. ठीक है, and the name of this place is Sundarbans. ठीक है, that also forms one of the largest delta in India, which is formed by river Ganga and river Brahmaputra, which is known as Sundarban Delta. That is the largest delta in Asia. The third one is it is a town and a municipality in Bankura district in the state of West Bengal. It is famous for its burned red terracotta brick temples and Baluchari saris. ठीक है, so these are some famous things which are found there. One is red terracotta brick. ठीक है, तो bricks everybody knows brick किसको कहते हैं. ठीक है, And these are red terracotta bricks, the ones which we use in our house. They are very strong. इस type के जो temples यहाँ पे बने हुए, you can see one in the picture also here. These temples, it is very famous. And the other thing for which it is famous is Baluchari saris. The next thing which it is famous for is Baluchari saris. Okay, that is the type of sari which is one. I told you before also that this is the West Bengal or Calcutta is basically also known as the cultural capital of India. So very clearly बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होगी जो यहाँ पर स्पेसिफिकली मिलती है, ठीक है. तो वन इज दिस रेड टेराकोटा ब्रिक टेम्पल्स एंड द अदर वन इज अ बालूचरी सारीज, ठीक है. Baluchari saris are basically printed or painted saris which have mythological scenes printed or painted on them. ठीक है, तो these kind of saris it is very famous for. Then we have number 4. The city is located in the southern banks of Bhagirathi, a tributary of Ganges, which is Ganga. It was the last capital of Bengal before it came under the British rule. Before Bengal came under the British rule, it was the last capital. Okay? This place. The city today is a center of agriculture, handicrafts, and sericulture or silk farming. The name of the place is Murshidabad. Murshidabad is a place in Bengal which was the capital of Bengal before Bengal came under the British government. Okay? Till date, it is very famous for its agriculture, handicrafts, हाथ से जो भी चीजें काम किए जाते हैं. You can very clearly see that there have been these baskets made. ठीक है? And sericulture, silk farming is very common there. Sericulture is the term which is used for silk farming. Okay? Next is, it is a hill station in Mahabharat range or lesser Himalayas of West Bengal. It is known for its educational institution, many of which are established during the British colonial period. So the time Britishers were in India, at that time many educational institutions were established here and still they are in working condition or they are still there. So this is basically famous for this and the name of this place is Kalimpong. Okay. Then we have it is a town in the Indian state of West Bengal. It is a popular tourist destination. It is located in the Mahabharat range, which is the lesser Himalaya range. The Himalaya is divided into 3 ranges. This is the smallest one. It is noted for its tea industry. Tea industry is very famous over here. The Himalayan Railway, which runs here, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So railway track यहाँ पे move करता है, that also comes under the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Tiger Hill, Ghoom Monastery, Bhutia Basti Monastery are some of the major tourist attractions here. It is a very beautiful hill station. Okay, and there is a small toy train which goes through there, and it is a very nice thing. Okay, and the name of the place is Darjeeling. Okay, these were the 6 important places of Darjeeling. Okay, there's this one funny fact that Cooch Behar is the only planned town in North Bengal region with remains of royal heritage. Place where there are royal heritage, Cooch Behar is the only planned town. This is the only town which has been made in a very nice proper planning and everything. Okay, so these were the 6 important places of Paschim Bengal. The questions might come as supposingly the first thing is there. So it might come as what is the capital of West Bengal, or it might come as what is the cultural capital of India. Till when was Calcutta a capital of India? These type of questions can come from these things. It's not necessary the whole paragraph will come. Small questions from these paragraphs might come. Okay, let's move to the next chapter. The next chapter is mineral rich states. Mineral rich states are those states which are very rich in minerals or which have a very which has a very intense mineral deposit there, okay, which are very famous for their minerals which are found there. There are a few states which is Bihar, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Okay, these all lie in the central India area, the peninsular plateau area of India, and that is one reason why they are very famous, or where they are very rich in minerals, because the peninsular plateau area is a very old landform, and the older a landform is, the more minerals will be available there. First, we are going to talk about Bihar. The ancient city of Vaishali in Bihar is considered to be the first republic in the world. The first republic city in the world is known to be Vaishali in Bihar. That is a very old city, and this was considered as the first republic in the world. Patna, the capital of Bihar, is the oldest continuously inhabited city in India. The oldest continuously inhabited city means कि एक सिटी जो सबसे पुराने टाइम से कंटिन्यूस वहां पे लोग रहते आ रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ 100 साल 200 साल रहे, फिर कुछ 50-60 साल के लिए, 50-60 years के लिए गायब हो गए, और फिर 300-400 साल रह लिए. ऐसा नहीं. फ्रॉम डे वन टिल टूडेज डेट इट हैज बीन कंटिन्यूसली बीन inhabited. वहां पे लोग जो है वो कंटिन्यूसली रह रहे हैं. दैट इज द ओल्डेस्ट इन इंडिया. Patna in Bihar has the world's longest free Wi-Fi zone. Launched in 2014, it has a range. It has a range of 20 kilometer. Patna has the largest free Wi-Fi zone. फ्री वाईफाई का जो सबसे बड़ा जोन है वर्ल्ड के अंदर, इंडिया के अंदर या एशिया के अंदर नहीं, वर्ल्ड के अंदर, वो पटना के अंदर है. एंड इट इज ऑफ 20 kilometers. फॉर an area of 20 kilometers you get free Wi-Fi, and it was launched in 2014. The library of Nalanda University has 9 million manuscripts. ठीक है, the Nalanda University library has 9 million manuscripts. When Bakhtiyar Khilji set fire to it, it kept burning for 3 months as the library was very large. Okay, so that is something very huge. You can see. ठीक है, नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर 9 million जो है वो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स है. ठीक है, मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट इज अ ओल्ड हैंड रिटन बुक. When this printing and all were not there at that time, the books were written by hand. हाथ से बुक्स जो है वो लोग लिखते थे, and it has 9 million of those hand written books. So imagine how old it is. ठीक है, बख्तियार खिलजी once set it to fire. पूरा लाइब्रेरी है उसको बख्तियार खिलजी ने एक बार आग लगा दी थी, and it kept burning for 3 months. It kept burning for fixed 3 months because it was so huge. इतना huge लाइब्रेरी था वो कि 3 महीनों तक वो जलता ही रहा, और उसकी जो चीजें हैं जो जलने के लिए वो है, वो बंद नहीं हुई थी. ठीक है, खत्म नहीं हुई थी. People have many interesting places to visit in Bihar. Now there are some pictures which you can see, which you can visit in Bihar. First is Mahabodhi temple. The first one is Mahabodhi temple. ठीक है, it is in Bihar, and you can see it is a very nice beautiful thing. ठीक है, it is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. ठीक है, this is also a UNESCO heritage site. This is basically, I think, the place where, yeah, this is the place where Buddha is said to get enlightened. Buddha को जो ज्ञान मिला था जिस बुद्धि ट्री के नीचे, वो यहीं पे ही है. So this is basically that very temple. ठीक है, then the next place which we have is the Thai monastery. It has a very beautiful Buddha idol which we can see in the picture. The Thai monastery. It seems to be a very beautiful place, I guess, है ना? So the next is Takht Shri Patna Sahib. This is, I think, Sikh then we have Takht Shri Patna Sahib. Okay, this was basically built by Maharaja Ranjit Singh there. Okay, and it is a very old thing. It was first built in 18th century, and its final rebuild was done in 1954 after the independence of India. The next thing which we have is Nalanda University. Nalanda University is one of the oldest universities in the world. It was founded in the 5th century, many years back. Okay, then we have the Royal Bhutan Monastery. The Royal Bhutan Monastery was actually built by the King of Bhutan in the praise of Lord Buddha. He built this whole monastery in the praise of Lord Buddha. The next state which we have is Jharkhand. Jharkhand was carved out of the state of Bihar with 18 districts on 15 August 2000. So Jharkhand and Bihar were basically one district at some point of time, and then later in 2000, they were separated and two districts were made out of it. The word Jharkhand means Lord of Forest, Jhar being the term forest. Yeah, so Jharkhand means the land, the Lord of Forest, where Jhar means forest. Jharkhand is known as the first largest fertilizer, is known for the first largest fertilizer factory of its time in Sindri, first iron and steel factory at Jamshedpur, largest steel plant in Asia, namely the Bokaro steel plant, the biggest explosive factory at Gomia, and the first methane gas well in India. So these are the most famous things which you can see in Jharkhand. Okay, there are many interesting places to visit in Jharkhand. Again, there are some interesting places which have been pointed out here, which you can see in Jharkhand. So the famous places which you can visit in Jharkhand is, the first one is Kanke Dam. Kanke Dam is basically situated in Ranchi, 8 kilometers from the Ranchi railway station, and it's a very beautiful area, and it actually provides water to almost whole of the Ranchi, so it has that importance. The next one is JRD Tata Sports Complex. JRD Tata Sports Complex is situated in Jamshedpur, which has around 40,000 sitting capacity. It has a sitting capacity of 40,000. And basically, nowadays it is currently used for football matches and athletics competitions and all those things. The next place which you can visit is Baidyanath Temple. It has a very religious importance. Uh, it is basically that place. It is situated in Deoghar district of Jharkhand, and this is that place where it is believed that Ravan gave up his 10 heads to Lord Shiva to please him. So this is visit. Rasi Modi Center of Excellence is in Jamshedpur. Okay, and it is a very fine place for all these contractual things, and very beautiful construction has been done here. The next state is Chhattisgarh, which is also a neighboring state of these. Chhattisgarh was formed from Madhya Pradesh on November 1, 2000. It has 27 districts. It has 27 districts, and this was a part of Madhya Pradesh at some point of time, and it came into existence in November 1st, 2000. Chhattisgarh is home to many tribals like Gond, Pando, Korwa, Bhil, Kamar, Vaiga, and Abujmar. So this is basically a tribal area where a lot of tribal people live. Chhattisgarh accounts for 70% of the Tendu leaves, and it is called the Dhan Ka Katora, means rice bowl of the nation. So Chhattisgarh is also known as the rice bowl of the nation. Keep in mind. The state stands for its first in nation for the coal and tin production, and third in iron ore production. Okay, this state has very much importance with coal and tin production. It is the largest producer of coal and tin in India, and the third largest producer of iron ore production in India. There are also many places which you can visit in Chhattisgarh. One is Chitrakoot Falls, then there is Bastar Royal Palace, Bhuteshwar Shivling, and Kukri Church. So we have natural beauty also we have there. We have historical place also. We also have some religious places also. So that makes this state also a very beautiful place to visit. Questions from this also can come like the last chapter. Very small questions can be formed for each chapter. Not necessarily every answer will be the chapter. It can be anything. Okay. It can be said that what does the word Jhar mean in the word Jharkhand? These type of questions may also come, so be prepared for that. The next chapter we have is Indian heritage. A number of Indian heritage sites have been shown on the map. Identify and place them in the correct order. So these are the numbers which are given. 15 numbers are given here, and the pictures are given here with the name and the place. What you have to do is you have to identify which place is for what. The first place is Hazrat Hazratbal Shrine, that is in Jammu and Kashmir. So this place is basically Jammu and Kashmir, and this is the heritage site which you can find here. The second one is there, which is the cave monastery in Ladakh. So this is how you have to do this chapter, and this where is point number one. So they are arranged in an haphazardous manner here, but you have to point out which place is there. The third place is Golden Temple in Punjab. The third place here is the Golden Temple in Punjab. Then the fourth place here is Hemant Sahib in Uttarakhand. This is Punjab, this is Uttarakhand. You can also learn the states and their position in the country with this. So you have to be very careful with that also. The four places of Uttarakhand, and the name of the place is Hemant Sahib. Then the fifth place is here, which is in Delhi. And the heritage site which you can see in Delhi is Qutub Minar. There are many other also, but the one which has been pointed out in your book is Qutub Minar. Then on number 6, we have here, which is in Uttar Pradesh, and the most beautiful place in Uttar Pradesh is the Taj Mahal, which is situated in Agra. Then the seventh one is here, which is in Rajasthan, our own state, and it is Hawa Mahal in Rajasthan, which is in Jaipur. There are also other places, but they have pointed out this particular place. Then on number 8, we have here, which is Madhya Pradesh, and the name of the place is Sanchi Stupa. Then number 9, we have this place, the border, the oceanic border, which is Gujarat, and in Gujarat we have the Somnath temple. Number 10 we have here in Maharashtra, and we have the Ajanta caves in Maharashtra. Then number 11 is this corner, and here we have the Jagannath temple, which is in Orissa. This is again the oceanic border. This is Orissa near to Bengal, and we have the Jagannath temple here. At number 12, we have this center place, which is in Andhra Pradesh, and we have the Char Minar here. Just near to that, we have this, which is in Karnataka, and the place is Hampi, which is also a UNESCO heritage site, and it is a very old remains of some dynasty. Then the next one is here, which is in Tamil Nadu, and in Tamil Nadu we have Brihadrivasa temple, which is in Tamil Nadu. On the 15th number, and the last one in this one is again here, which is the Vivekanand Rock Memorial, which is also in Tamil Nadu, which is also a very beautiful thing. So the questions which can be formed from this is that you will be given the name of the place, and you have to mark it in which city or town, city or state it is. That was it for today. Thank you.